Good evening everybody, welcome to Baby Reviews. Tonight's a very nice and cold night outside. It's just touching frosty temperatures. So I've decided to go for a nice big Imperial Stout to warm myself up after a hard day in the brew house. So what better than to go to Brew by Numbers down in London. I've tried their, pardon me, lose my voice, tried their Berliner Weisses and think they are pretty much doing some of the best Berliner Weisses out there at the moment. So I thought I'd go for something that's a bit of an antithesis of anything I've tried by them before with Imperial Stout. Gone from very, very light and tart, soured beers to an Imperial Stout. This one clocking in at 8.6%. The recipe's an Imperial London one, circa 1850. Bottled on the 7th of July, the 8th of July this year. Brewer's notes based on London's historic recipes. Flavour evolves over time. Cool. So they're kind of one of these new breed of London-based brewers, really, that they're cranking out at the moment. More and more of them. Every time you look around in London, there seems to be new brewers popping up. But these boys have been impressing me recently. So I really want to try more of their stuff, to be honest. Wow, word! Look at that. There's literally no head pouring on this at all. It's 8.6, so there we go. Even with a bit of a vigorous pour, there's not much head going on. So there's definitely some alcohol in this, eh? Oh no, it's getting bigger, to be honest. Pitch black. That's like a black hole in your hand, actually. Extremely dark beer, and lovely, very, very deep coloured, roasty dark chocolate kind of head going on it as well. Should lace pretty nicely too. Looking pretty snazzy, I think you will agree. So let's get a good old nose on it and see what we've got in the glass, shall we? Hell of a lot of roast. Hell of a lot of roast, and almost a little bit of smokiness too. It's kind of toasty and bready as well. Bit of chocolate in it, I suppose, too. And coffee. I mean, it's just got a good all-round Imperial Stouty nose. There's all this ticking all those boxes that you'd expect to get in a stout, but particularly I'm getting a very roasty aroma on this. Oh, it does smell good. Really shoots out the glass as well. I mean, look at that. Even though it took a while for the head to form, it's just like ice cream on the top of that. That's great. Impressive beer to look at, to be honest. Impressive beer to smell. Hey ho, let's get in there and give it a try. Cheers, everyone. Ah, yeah, kicking with some flavours. Definitely kicking with some flavours. Quite intense. First things first. Possible slight negative. It's not as thick as I was expecting it to be. The first glug I got, I thought it would kind of coat the tongue. I thought it'd be quite viscous. It's not. It's not. It's quite medium body. It's not as thick as I thought it might be. 8.6, not the highest ABV for a thick beer, I suppose, but I thought it'd be a little bit more gloopy, considering how the strength of the flavours was. That's just one minor point. The rest of what I'm going to say is going to be pretty positive, to be honest. So it starts off quite sweet, actually. You get a lot of chocolate at the start of the palate. A lot of sort of sweet milky coffee flavour almost, and then it dries up a little bit later on, a couple of seconds later. It really goes very, very, very roasty, kind of acrid, smoky black malt flavours. I think it's quite dry and tart towards the end as well. It's definitely a hit of booze at the back though, definitely a hit of alcohol, and I can feel it in my down my throat and in my belly too. There's a waft of booze on the top of it all. The mouth feels great actually. It's well conditioned, this little fellow, but there's this wonderful fine bubble to it, very creamy on the mouthfeel, despite being relatively. It's not as thick as I kind of want it to be. If it was a little bit thicker, it would just tick the final couple of boxes. I'm liking the bitterness as well. It's almost like that coffee ground bitterness I talk about. If you get a spoon of instant coffee, that sort of feeling, and that makes the flavours last in the mouth. It's a very well-made beer, I'd like to say, and it's a pretty good, pretty good example of a style. I'd say you couldn't go wrong if you're picking one of these up. 8.2, you'll be disappointed. However, it's not going to get like one of the best marks from me. It's a very competent stout, this one, very competent Imperial Stout, but just things like the mouth, the body is a little bit watery, and it's got that intense booziness at the back of the palate too. If I left it for maybe another 6 months, just about 6 months, well, 5 months, 4 months old now. Yeah, it might smooth out a little bit, might just be there, but in its current state, sit on it a little bit more, and it should turn into a stonking little Imperial Stout, to be honest. Carbonation's getting me apparently tonight. So yeah, I'm gonna give this an 8 out of 10. It's nice. I enjoy it. It's technically very, very well made. Liking the flavours, loving the aroma. Looks great in the glass. Nice lacing. Just hasn't delivered. Well, no, it's a very good and competent Imperial Stout, as I'll put it. Few little points that I think it could improve on though. Nice beer. Really enjoyed it. Another good beer from Brew by Numbers. Check out the Berliner Weisses, like I said, because I think they're great examples of Berliner Weisses, some of the best that are made in England at the moment. Cool, so please like, favourite, comment and subscribe. Until the next Bear Beer Reviews. Cheers everyone.